Hi everyone, I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. I am a soul therapist and an intuitive that connects with the angelic energy, and I help the helpers, the healers, and the light bringers of this world to live their most magical life. So if that's you and you're watching the replay on my YouTube channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button below with the bell so you can get notifications for all the videos that I'm sharing here on this channel. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet and you are watching on my Facebook, make sure that you, I'll try to leave the link below. Make sure you click through that and check out my YouTube channel where I am sharing all kinds of other videos. So let's get right into this energy. Because there's a lot going on. And in fact, I had to kind of like take some time and some space to really process, what do I want to share? Because I don't want to go too far into it, because I think some of this energy is going to be around for a little bit. And so I don't want to cover it too much and overwhelm you guys, but at the same time, the energy is a bit overwhelming. There's a lot going on with the astrology. Hi, Mom. There's a lot of planetary shifts. There's just a whole lot going on. And for those of you that know me, I'm not trained in astrology. The astrology stuff that I know is stuff that I have taught myself, because how I was created was to feel the collective energy and to be able to share the collective energy. And so I am so often just really experiencing the collective astrology. So I have my finger on it usually. So I've learned about astrology just to be able to I guess validate some of the things that I am feeling. And so all of the stuff that I'm sharing with you, all of the stuff that I share in my reports is connected with a lot of times my own experiences or what I'm seeing in other people around me. So we're going to be talking about that, the collective energy, the energy that all of us are experiencing and how it's impacting us this week. But I think honestly, again, moving forward, we're really in this place. We have this full moon coming up tomorrow on the 26th, and it's a full moon with an eclipse, and it is a lunar eclipse leading into a solar eclipse not very far out from there. So there's like an eclipse portal. So when I think about those things, I think about clearing and major life shifting, major life clearing that's happening within that. Although I think that we've been already in a clearing process, so it might be kind of that final release for some things is what I'm feeling with it. And it might be where we are also choosing to clear some things out and make some changes. I do recommend with the full moon that you take a little bit of time and you think about what it is that you need to let go of, what it is that you are ready to let go of. So when I say that you're ready to let go of, because I do feel like there's a hesitant energy around a lot of things that we want to let go of, right? So it's not necessarily that you don't have fear about letting go of certain things. It's not necessarily that it's not hard to let go of certain things, but we also have this knowing that there are certain things, people, circumstances, habits, whatever it is that you need to let go of, that it's time. It's time to let them go. It's time to release them. And it very much is like this energy right now of what wants to go, let it go. What wants to come in, let it come in, you know? And we really want to, I said in my post earlier, we really want to, as best we can, get into a flow. This is how we're going to successfully navigate this energy. So we can intentionally let some things go. This is a Sagittarius moon, so this is a great time to incorporate fire. I always like to incorporate fire into my full moon ceremonies, but this is a great time to like make a list of the things that you're ready to let go of and burn that safely, of course. You know, don't burn things down with it, but doing some kind of a list like that. Hi, Chris, nice to see you on here. And this is a great time to like burn sage and release energy. You can burn sage around yourself. You can burn sage around your house. You can burn sage, you know, just like as part of your ceremony, as you're creating your list, whatever you feel called to do. But incorporating that fire element is helpful here with the Sagittarius full moon. But know that it's a full moon, it's an eclipse, like we can expect that the things that we're working toward right now are setting the stage for the next 6 months or so of our life. Okay, so there's like a clearing and there's an opening that maybe isn't going to come in right away. It's kind of like we're closing a lot of doors, but we may not necessarily see these open doors coming in just yet. But know that you're creating that space for openings to come in, for changes to come in, for shifts to come in. It's not that you won't see some of that, but I think, you know, there also is going to be some patience required, some flow, a lot of flow required, right? We also have been getting these, there's a lot happening with the planetary ascension, right? The planet is shifting into a higher vibration. It's being able to hold and carry more light. And so we're actually seeing that with, what they call the Schumann Resonance, which is basically the heartbeat of the earth. It is the vibration of the earth. We're actually seeing these big flares, these big surges of light coming onto the planet. And that's coming in different forms, but we are receiving that. So a lot of us are experiencing ascension symptoms again. You know, that's been kind of going on for the past few weeks, but we got a little break, and then over the weekend that came back. And so it might even be like sinus symptoms that we're having, or feeling pressure in the eyes, or headaches, or difficulty sleeping, or feeling like you're crawling out of your skin, or even like feeling like heart palpitations, or you know, nothing like serious, just like maybe a little sensation here. We're having all kinds of different things. And I said this in a video recently, but when you know what it looks like, what your ascension symptoms look like, when you learn how to recognize them, you can learn how to recognize them when these energies are coming through, because it can feel like anxiety. It can feel like very overwhelming, or I don't know why I feel the way that I'm feeling. So know that that's just energy. Sometimes just that recognition of it being just energy is really helpful for your brain to kind of have this understanding of, why am I feeling the way that I'm feeling? But definitely it can be uncomfortable. There's also very much emotion being brought up to the surface, right? This emotion, whatever is being brought to the surface, whether it's an understanding of something, whether it's, you know, emotions of something, understand that that's being brought to the surface for the purpose of healing it. So it may not be the most comfortable thing, but it's part of the process. It's part of the journey, because it is part of that release. It's part of that letting go. And we need to allow that, because we also have, and a lot of you really don't like this, and sometimes I don't either, but we have Mercury going into retrograde. I believe it's the 27th, okay? We already have some other planets in retrograde, including Saturn, which just shifted into retrograde, and that's all about karma, right? Past karma, you know, the energy that we have put out there in, you know, at certain times in this life, coming back, okay? So if you've been really focusing on putting good out there and putting good vibes out there and doing the absolute best you can, this can be a really beautiful, beautiful time. And there can be a lot of gifts coming in. And it also is going to make you aware of where things need to be healed, or where maybe you could be putting out a better energy. So being aware of that. So there's just a lot going on. And then Mercury retrograde, people tend to not like this period, because it tends to be a pause. It tends to be a period of, you know, challenges in relation to communication, you know, difficulties with travel, technology, that kind of stuff. We've already been, this pre-shadow with this Mercury retrograde, I think I felt has been pretty brutal. And so a lot of people have been feeling that already, and the effects of that already. But understand that, I always say this, it's such an important time. It's time for us to take a pause. It's time for us to reflect. We may not have clarity right away, but it is showing us the way, and it is highlighting for us what needs to be healed in our life. And if you take the opportunity to really focus on taking better care of yourself, resting more, healing what needs to be healed, and following your natural path of healing, you know exactly what it is that you need to do to heal yourself. You just have to look within and ask yourself, okay, like, what do I need to do here? And following the flow of the answers that are coming in. And choosing in so many circumstances to take advantage of this released energy, and choosing to let it go. In fact, I want you to think about things in your life right now that you are trying to control, especially those things that you really, really want to control, because these are the exact things that you're going to want to choose to surrender. You're going to want to say, I don't know, this terrifies me. I'm scared of this, but at the same time, I'm choosing to hand this up to you, to the universe, to God, whatever you call that, right? I'm choosing to hand this up. I'm going to choose to flow. I'm going to choose to allow what wants to come into my life, what wants to come in. I'm going to choose what wants to go. I'm going to just choose to do my very best to flow and not try to control it. Because when you can relinquish that control and you can hand it up, this is where you create space for miracles. And this is where, I mean, when we're trying to control things, especially during times like this, it's like swimming against the current, right? It's exhausting, it's tiring, and you are not going to get anywhere. At the end of the day, God knows what's best for you. The universe knows what's best for you. And so if you can just say, I don't know what to do, and I'm going to just let myself be carried by this current, that can be a really powerful thing. So watch and be very aware of where you're trying to control things, because it will not serve you. Most of the time it will not serve you, but especially in this energy. So you want to allow, you want to be receptive, and just kind of notice and watch what comes. Watch what shows up for you. You're creating space and room for miracles, but also for surprises and things to come in that you maybe would have never expected for yourself, but they're better than what you would have expected for yourself. I also really feel like I need to talk about being mindful about what you speak into existence and what you think into existence. What are your thoughts? Notice what your thoughts are. Notice what you're saying. This is not a time. This is a time that is going to trigger that response in you to want to focus on a victim-based mentality, to want to be a victim, okay? And yes, we are victimized, right? There are things that happen in life that have victimized each and every one of us in different ways. Some, of course, more so than others. And that's a very real experience. But this is a chance to heal through that. This is a chance as soon as we shift into a victim-based mindset and we start to see the world as victimizing us, we hand our power away. And this is not a time that you want to hand your power away. This is a time to hand your power up, but not to hand that power away to other people or to other circumstances, okay? This is a chance for us to become really empowered through understanding that we are creating our experience here. So pay attention to how much you're complaining. Pay attention to what you are venting about, because when you are doing that, you are speaking more of that into existence, law of attraction, right? When you are thinking things and you're worrying about things, you are manifesting the very things that you don't want to manifest. So be really mindful of that, because I feel like the manifestation energy right now is incredibly powerful. You know, this planet is ascending and we are becoming masters at manifestation. And so this week, but moving forward, you really want to be mindful of that and pay attention to, like, what energy am I feeding here? And what energy do I need to be feeding in order to move in the direction of the things that I want, in order to manifest the things that I want? This full moon is the flower moon. And so, like, I had this image of just like the way that the flower opens, right? And when a flower isn't ready to be opened, it's still shut, right? It's not ready to bloom yet. And if you force that, you're going to kill the flower, right? And, the flower can't force itself to open. It's got to truly allow the work of the universe to allow that to blossom in exactly the right timing. And I really want you to think about that energy and hold that energy this week as you allow this blossoming to happen in exactly the right way and in exactly the right timing. So we really want to make sure that we're not forcing that. Let the universe open your petals. You know, it kind of sounded dirty. I didn't mean it that way, but, allow that to just open you with ease, okay? And let yourself just sort of flow with this energy that we have going on. Don't force it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So we want to make sure that we are honoring all of this energy that's happening for us. I do have some cards for you guys as well. We have the King of Water. Okay, so ideally, we want to be doing all of this with an open heart. You know, when the energy gets overwhelming, there is a tendency to close your heart. There is a tendency to disconnect, to pull away. And yes, Mercury retrograde is all about taking space and time in your own energy. Absolutely. But you also, when you are communicating with others, when you are interacting with others, when you are just approaching situations in life, if you can think about maintaining that open heart, you are going to come into situations with a much better energy, with a much more open energy, with a more love-filled energy. And this is really key right now because we have to love each other harder. We have to support each other better. This is an important time for us to come together and really support each other. Even if we disagree, even if we are not on the same page with things, I see so much hate and disconnection that's happening, but I also see a lot of people who are really trying to make that effort of being inclusive and connecting and loving each other. So what can you do to have an open heart this week? Okay, and then we have the King and Queen of Air. King and Queen of Air together, right? This is about us getting our thoughts right. This is about us clearing what needs to be cleared from our life. And again, you might not like it. It might be painful. It might be hard. It might really challenge you, but you got to do it. If it needs to be cleared, it needs to be cleared, right? And if you can do that, you are creating better for yourself. You are taking advantage of this energy. I see us really with both of these showing up, stepping into an energy of mastering our thoughts, mastering our thinking. Again, being aware of the thoughts that we are putting out there because we are understanding that thoughts create things. So how can I perceive things differently? How can I see things better? How can I choose to see it with more love or more positivity? But also, how can I see myself with more love and more positivity? And this is where sometimes letting go, releasing things in our life is a real key to doing that. The Queen of Air, she doesn't mess around. I always say this, like she just clears things out of her life, and she does it without letting the emotion that she may feel impact that. She just lets it go because she understands that that's what she needs to do. So she just takes care of it. So a real mastery or opportunities for mastery of our thoughts, which is helpful because we have this 5 of Earth, right? This is about a lot of fear-based energy. There's so much fear-based energy. Be aware of how fear-based energy is being presented to us and in our face every single day, and how are we being conditioned to live in fear. I want you to really pay attention to that this week and notice how simply by choosing to have a better thought and simply by choosing to not tune in to certain things or to not allow yourself to connect with a fear-based narrative, that you feel better and you feel lighter and you start to trust and understand that the universe really does have your back. So do not feed the fears, okay? You really want to make sure that you are not doing that. Hi, Greg. Nice to see you on here. We also have this King of Earth energy, beautiful energy. We are working toward some really amazing success and opportunities and abundance and just whatever you're putting your energy into. You may feel a little like you're moving a little bit more slowly in this energy, but know that ultimately it is creating something really incredible. So be mindful of what you're putting your energy into. Again, what are you thinking about? What are you doing? What are your actions? And how can you put it into something that ultimately is going to pay off and ultimately is in alignment with your purpose, or you feeling like you're living a more meaningful or purposeful life? Then we have the Moon card reversed, okay? There's a lot on the other side of the moon. There is a lot that is going to be brought to light. There is a lot of clarity. There is a lot of understanding this process that we are entering. There is a lot of healing. And on the other side of this moon, but on the other side of these retrogrades as well, I think we're going to find ourselves so much lighter, so much better, because we have found the strength to do what needs to be done. And I think that's so important. Find the strength this week, release the fear to do what needs to be done to get you where you want to go. We have 2 other oracle cards. So I have the multifaceted card. It's complicated, right? I don't think you're going to get a lot of black and white answers right now. Or if you do get a black and white answer, if you get very, very clear, nope, I need to let this go, you need to follow that, right? But know that it's complicated, and know that you may feel like your thoughts or your focus is a little bit all over the place, because it's like, let me think about this and let me think about that. And but once you arrive at that black and white answer, at that understanding of, yes, I need to do this, or no, I need to do this, or I need to clear this, or whatever that is for you, know that it's time to take action on that. But you might feel like things are a little bit up in the air in some ways. And the last card that we have here is perspective. This is all about helping us to see it from the bigger picture, to see things from another perspective. Again, this is a great opportunity for us to work on mastery over our own thoughts. So allow that to happen. Be mindful of what you're feeding, and allow yourself to look at things from a different perspective, and to be willing to explore the insights and the beautiful guidance that's coming through for us to actually come through for you. So those are your messages for this week. I hope this helps you guys to navigate all of this. I'll probably be posting, I might even do another video this week, just because, again, there's such an intensity and there's a lot going on. But I hope that helps you to navigate this week. If you guys like this video, make sure you hit that like button. I always love to hear from you in comments, whether you're watching live or on the replay. If this resonates with you, I also appreciate it so much if you share this video. Thank you guys, and I will see you soon with another video. Take care.